Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good day. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. To get started, we are going to do a review just like we did on Monday. We're going to talk about some shapes and their attributes. We did a Zoom a couple of weeks ago where we talked about what attributes meant and how we could even use attributes to describe many things in our classroom. Okay, after shapes, we're going to go over our week 1, day 3 assignments, and we're also going to talk about some red words and go over some addition flashcards. If we have time, we will also do our next page in our insect book. We are talking about spiders this week. All right, to get started, we are going to talk about our first shape, which is going to be a square. Okay, a square has a few attributes. If you look carefully, you can see that it has straight lines, 4 equal sides. All of the sides are the same length, so there's 4 equal sides, and it's got 4 vertices. That means it's got 4 points. Okay, so those are the attributes of a square. When we talked about it, we said it doesn't matter what size the square is, as long as it's in the shape of a square, all of those attributes will remain the same, okay? The next shape we are going to talk about is a circle. A circle does not have straight lines like a square. A circle has curved lines, okay? So because it has curved lines, it has no sides, and it has no vertices or points on the circle, just curved lines. And again, the same rule sticks. It doesn't matter if the circle is large or small, all of the attributes will remain the same. Okay. The next shape we are going to talk about is a rectangle. A rectangle has straight lines, just like a square, but the attribute for its sides are a little bit different. Not all of the sides are equal like a square. A rectangle has 2 short sides at the top and the bottom, and 2 long sides on the side. Okay? And it also has 4 vertices like a square. 1 right here, 1 right here, 1 up here, and 1 right over here. That is the rectangle, and those were its attributes. The last shape we are going to talk about is a triangle. A triangle, like a square and a rectangle, has straight sides. Okay, so it's got 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. That means that it's got 3 straight sides. And it's got 3 vertices. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. You can think of vertices as the place where the lines meet. Okay, and a triangle doesn't mean that all of the sides are equal, because some triangles can have longer sides and still count as a triangle. Okay, so those are the attributes of our 4 shapes that we went over today: triangle, rectangle, square, and circle. Okay, and when we do Zoom tomorrow, maybe I'll ask you some of those attributes, so make sure that you listen carefully. The next thing we are going to do is talk about our assignments, which are week 1, day 3 in yellow. You should be done with the red box, you should be done with the orange box, and now we are working on the yellow box. So all of your boxes should be checked off, okay? Let's talk about the first page. The first page says number cents up to 20. So your job was to read the numbers in the box, draw a correct number of sprinkles to match. So your page shows a lot of donuts. Question number 1 shows you a donut. Let's see if I can draw a donut with some frosting on it. And it has the number 18 at the top like this. Okay. Your job is to draw the correct number of sprinkles, and if you look carefully, it needs 18 of them. So in the donut, you could draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 18 sprinkles that I drew. You could choose to draw your sprinkles in groups. Maybe you want to do 10 at the top and 8 at the bottom, or maybe you want to do it by fives. So you have 5, 10, 15, and then you only need 3 more. It's up to you. Maybe you like rainbow sprinkles, so you want to decorate your donuts. Okay, please make sure that you complete the page. If this was your favorite page to do today, you can definitely turn this one into me on Dojo Portfolio. Okay, let's go over our next one. The next page you had to do were hexagons. So that's another shape that we've talked about, a hexagon. You were supposed to trace and count the hexagons. So it says trace the hexagons and write how many. So this one was pretty easy. All you had to do was trace them, all of them. There's a few of them. And then you had to tell me how many there were at the bottom of the page, okay? Another thing I want to remind you to do is to write your name, first name, last name, at the top of your paper every time you finish it, okay? Next, you have a spin, read, and cover. We used to do this in class during centers, and you guys loved it. So if you had a paper clip at home, or maybe you have a hair clip at home, all you could do was put it in the middle of your spinner, put your pencil down the middle, and then just flick it to spin, and whatever picture it landed on, you would need to cover it up, or you can color it, okay? So if you landed on pan, you would need to use a highlighter, or maybe you can use a marker, like some type of counting cube, or maybe you could use something that you have at your house, like a bean or rice or a penny or paper clips to cover up the words. So if you land on pan, you want to cover the pan words. If you land on man, you want to cover the man words, okay? So those are for the and family. Okay, that's a fun game you can also play with somebody at your house. For your sight word today, your word was have. Please make sure that you traced the letters with your finger first and then traced it again with a pencil. You were also supposed to color the word have inside of the box and then cut out the letters and spell it correctly with glue, okay? And your last page was some reading comprehension again. The story is Dan's Tan Van. You need to make sure you are reading the story with the and family words in it and answering the questions with the color that it is asking you to. Okay. The story is also asking you to make sure you read the story 3 times. So maybe somebody can read it to you the first time. Then you can read it with somebody the second time, and then you can read it by yourself to somebody else a 3rd time. Okay, so question number 1 says, what does Dan have? Well, you have to read the story to find out. Write the answer on the lines nicely. Number 2 says, what is wrong with Dan's van? And number 3 says, who did Dan take his van to? Okay, when you are all finished with that, please make sure that you turn it into your dojo portfolio if it is the one that you feel you did best, okay? And when you're all finished, you can check off all of the boxes because you are finished with week 1, day 3. Remember, I'm going to say it one more time, please turn in your work into your dojo portfolio. I do not need every single page. If you want to turn in every single page to me, that's great, but I do need your best work for the day, okay? Next, I'm going to go over some red words. We have do, D-O, do. Not, N-O-T, not. Go, G-O, go. See, S-E-E, see. The, T-H-E, the. We, W-E, we. I. And this one's just spelled I. Like. L-I-K-E, like. To. T-O-O, to. And last we have will. W-I-L-L, will. Okay, make sure you are practicing your rainbow words every day so that you can be ready for 1st grade. Okay, next I'm going to show you some fast facts. We have 2 plus 1 equals 3. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 3 plus 0 equals 3. 0 plus 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 4 plus 0 equals 4. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 0 plus 0 equals 0. And 1 plus 0 equals 1. You should be super fast with your math fact fluency to 5 and 10, okay? So remember, if you don't have cards like this at home, it's really simple to just use a piece of paper and write some math facts, and then have your family help you practice with them at home. Another fun thing that we talked about yesterday was playing Pass the Bucket with math facts or rainbow words, which you can do using Heidi songs on YouTube, okay? Lastly, let's see what our animal or insect is today. We mentioned we were talking about spiders, so we should have another page about spiders. Yesterday we talked about black widows and brown recluse. Today we will talk about the world's deadliest spider. Okay, so this is the world's deadliest spider. The black widow and the brown recluse spiders are the deadliest in North America, which is where we live, but they are not the worst on Earth. They are the worst in North America, but the one that's the worst on Earth is actually called the wandering spider, and it's from Brazil, so it lives in the country called Brazil. And sometimes it's hard to say which animal is actually the most toxic or which insect is the most toxic because it depends on different things, like how hard does it bite, how deep does it bite, how much venom do they release when they bite you. But the Brazilian wandering spider has actually won the record, and it's been in the record books for the most venomous spider in the world. So let's see. Look at how well it camouflages. Remember we talked about camouflaging? It means that the spider is kind of colored like the earth, so it can hide in things so that predators don't see it. Okay, and let's see. The Brazilian wandering spider is also called a banana spider. They're called a banana spider because they are frequently scared of people, and so they hide inside of the banana patches, and people actually find them hiding in the banana bunches that come in boxes or that are in Brazil ready to be shipped off. Okay, most of the time though, they're not in banana boxes. They're actually roaming the forest floors in Brazil, and they're looking around. Their legs are 6 inches long, or 15 centimeters. Okay, so here's a close-up of the Brazilian wandering spider. It has 8 eyes. 2 are right here. They are much bigger than its other eyes, so they're enlarged, and those are the eyes that he uses for hunting, so that's how he sees. Okay, he also has red jaws, and they're displayed when he's mad. So you don't see them here, but when the wandering spider is angry, he will actually lift up his jaws and show these red things to show that he's irritated. Okay, he also has strong mouth parts that he uses to bite and inject his venom right over here. That's where the arrow is pointing. The next arrow is pointing right here. Let's find out what those are. Those are called his pedipalps, okay? And they look like an extra set of legs, but they're actually a pair of arms. They're covered with fine hairs, so little tiny hairs. And even though it says they're like pair arms, they're actually sense organs. So they do look like a little set of arms, and he does kind of use them like a set of arms, but they're actually sense organs. So he's able to tell what he's touching or smelling based off of his sense organs. Okay. All right, my friends, I hope that you have a good Wednesday and that you are able to complete your work. I'm so excited to see what you send me today so that I can comment on it. Please don't forget to work on ST Math, Lexia, or IXL so that we can do some celebrations, all right? Thank you guys for watching.